Good morning, flight simmers and passengers. Welcome to this special giveaway flight that we're doing for you today from Gibraltar to Macco Simulations Manchester Airport, where the weather's not great at Manchester, certainly not how it's looking here in Gibraltar. So for those of us that were in the Maldives yesterday, there's going to be a sharp contrast in temperatures. So I'm actually just the other side of the Pennines from Manchester, and we woke up with lots of snow on the ground this morning, to which my kids' homeschooling has just disappeared out the window this morning because they're out there playing. So, Willie, good morning, the Easyjet Sim Crack channel. Hope you've not got too much work on today, mate. For everybody as well that's in the chat, please say a big good morning to Eastbirds Lee, who is responsible for the giveaway this morning that we are doing today. So big thank you to Eastbirds Lee. We really do appreciate you donating a copy of the Macco Simulations Manchester Airport. HD's with us as well. I thought you were busy this morning, HD. I thought I was going to have to do everything on my own. Thank goodness. Alright, so we're about ready to get started. I'm already anticipating that my self-loading cargo is going to have an absolute nightmare with the door this morning because there's no jetway. But we shall see what happens. Alright, we'll also see how the frame rates hold out as well today. We had a bad descent into Male yesterday. Hopefully not as bad today. We've done some optimization. The PC is all up to date. No Windows updates should be interrupting us, and we've also done a couple of other things as well just to try and smooth out some of the frame rates. We never normally get issues, but we did yesterday, didn't we? We did yesterday. So let's have a little look around. Who have we got? Oh, that's a shame. We're the guys that are joining me today, you're all default. We do have VATSIM model matching in place. However, I have stripped out so many airlines out of that I've basically just got European airlines in there. I don't want 3,000 different liveries in the community folder because that's surely going to halt the performance when V-Pilot's trying to match up with God knows how many different liveries. So guys, you'll have to let me know what liveries you guys are flying in the Discord server, and I'll try and get you put back in. Alright, so what a beautiful day. Beautiful day until we get back to England. Alright, so there is no air traffic control online, which means there is no ATIS. What I will grab for you guys is the META. Our planned departure for today is runway 27, which means a nice left turn immediately after departure as we go direct to PMOS, but I'll talk about the departure briefing in a moment, unless HD wants to step in, of course. I shall bow down to his knowledge. So that is the airfield's current ATIS, META, and let me just hit you guys up with the flight plan. Grab that. Here it is. So here is the flight plan for today. There you go. How do I find out the weather at Manchester before we departed? That's pretty simple. Download an app on your phone and have a look. I can do it in the flight simulator, of course, and we can do that as well. So yeah. Nick, I've not stripped BA out. I promise I haven't, so I don't know what's going on there. No idea what's happened there. I'm just looking. Look at the building reflections in off the terminal building. How awesome is that? I've not noticed that before. And I've not changed any of my graphics settings, but that is really, really neat. Really neat. Okay, let's just check all our levers are in the correct positions, because even occasionally my thrust lever is not, because kids come in and move it like that, and thankfully not when I'm flying. But no, all that's looking good. And we can power up the aircraft with that. And let's see if we can also get some APU on board, shall we? Sorry, GPU. Let's get some power.
Gibraltar ground Easyjetsimpilot, could you please send a ground power unit?
Lewis, you do get the weather as well on the operational flight plan if you have downloaded that. The link I've just popped there, that is on page 10, I think it is. So current METAR at Manchester, winds light and variable, so we're expecting runway 23 right on the arrival there. Visibility is 4.7 kilometres, rain overcast 1,100. And we've got various tempos and probabilities of drizzle and rain and low cloud cover. No snow that I can see though, so let's hope for that. Alternate today is Doncaster, Sheffield, Robin Hood of Loxley Airport, or whatever it's called. However, looking at that, that's not a good choice for the alternate. We've also got a couple of other alternates. We've got London Gatwick, we've got Birmingham, and we've got Newcastle in there as well. So plenty of choices. They're all on page 10 of the operational flight plan, which you can get. Let's get the ramp connected.
Gibraltar ground EasyJet20, could you please send a ramp?
EasyJet20, a ramp is on its way.
Wonder if the pushback helper app now controls the ramp. It didn't originally, it only controlled the jetway, so might have a little look at that in a bit. Okay, so let's start these flows. Now we've got ground power. Oxygen supply, the ideas, lights, seatbelt signs, no smoking or no electronic devices signs, emergency exit lights, armed fuel pumps on. Engine 1 fire test, engine 2 fire test. Daniel, there's snow in Donny. Yeah, I'm about 20 miles away from that airport, and we're covered in snow down here as well. So yes, I imagine there would be. Okay, and we'll get the APU running as well. 1, 2, 3. And that's the APU. Once that's running, we'll get some ventilation in the aircraft as well. Let's turn up the brightness on the standby. Clock is correct, and anti-skid is on. Check the pedestal then that everything is correct here. It all looks good. Okay, and barrel reference, let's get this set and turn up the brightness of some of these. 1, 0, 2, 0. We'll get the flight directors turned on. And initial stop altitude today, we're setting 6,000 feet. Interestingly enough, there is no standard instrument departure here at Gibraltar. So unless HD has any other words of wisdom, we're basically going to take off and almost follow what would be the missed approach departure. However, not going to concern ourselves with a max 185 knot speed restriction on that departure. We could probably actually pop that in if needed. Okay, passengers, let's start getting you on board. Self-loading cargo, do your thing. Why is self-loading cargo not working? Come on, passengers. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Cabin crew, we can open the doors now and start letting them on board. Thanks very much.
Okay, so here come the passengers, who are already annoyed because apparently I'm late. Oh, that was abrupt, but here they are. And it sounds like they're already fighting with the door as well. That's impressive. Normally we'll let the passengers on before they fight with the door to close it. HD, you've literally just typed out what I've got written down in front of me, including avoid the rock. Excellent. Oh look, we can see there on the lower E-cam that they're fighting with the flight deck door. Let's open the pushback helper and see if that can help with that once that kicks in. IRS alignment then in 4 minutes. Let's come down and have a look at the flight management guidance system.
Gibraltar ground, EZ320, could you please send the baggage?
EZ320 baggage is on the way.
Oh, is it? I don't even know how I did that. Okay, let's clear that and let's import the SimBrief flight plan for today. Add to AOC menu, init press, and let's import it from SimBrief. There we go. Gibraltar to Manchester. Estimated time en route 2 hours 42 minutes. Okay, so now that's there. Let's have a look at the performance, weight and balance. Block fuel 7145. Taxi fuel and trip fuel is correct. Let's get that loaded in. Weight and balance then. We have a payload of 18.5 tons. That's correct. 178 passengers, 0 fuel weight, 59.5. That all matches as well. So let's get that loaded. Which means our gross weight is currently 66.5 tons. Takeoff weight is slightly below that, as is to be expected. So that's fine. Good. Okay, so we know actually from yesterday, because the database hasn't updated itself yet, that this ARIC cycle is actually incorrect. It is late by a few days. We'll get that in the next update from Microsoft, I am sure. But there's nothing much we can do about that.
Gibraltar Tower, Skyways, 5556 at Gate 4, requesting clearance to Manchester.
Skyways 556, Gibraltar Tower, hello. First, give you the effort information. So the surface winds are 280 degrees for 11 knots, temperature 17, dew point 11, QNH is 1021, and runway 27 is in use.
Roger, got the weather and runway 27 in use.
Oh, that's
Skyways
nice.
5556, correct. After depart, hold position after depart. Correction. Cleared to Manchester after departure. Redirect Plymouth and contact to 6,000 feet. Squawk 0576.
Didn't think ATC was online. They've obviously popped in, so that's really good.
6,000 feet, squawk 0576, and we'll make a left-hand turn out and circle out over the water.
Skyways 5556, Roger.
Okay, so we've just updated the tropo there, and temperature
Skyways 5556,
and flight level is good as well.
Report your POV.
Passengers on board. I've never been asked for that before.
Sorry, can you clarify POV?
Passengers on board.
Persons on board.
Correct, 135.
Roger.
135, so you could set his pack to low, couldn't he? HD, is that right? Is it below 141? I'll let you confirm that. So departing runway 27. Direct PMOS after the left-hand turn, and I'm expecting runway 23 right at Manchester, which is the Mersey 1 Alpha. Sadly, it will take us via the Mike Charlie Tango. Nothing we can do about that. But if ATC is online, they'll vector us around. If not, we shall do that ourselves.
Speed of 464, requesting IFR clearance, please, to Manchester as well.
HD, is that because it's a military airfield?
Speedbird 464, Gibraltar Tower, hello, report persons on board.
172, speed of 464.
Speedbird 464, thank you. Runway 27 in use, QNH 1021. Cleared to Manchester after departure, climb altitude 6,000 feet, route direct Plymouth, and squawk correction 5437.
So that's the RadNav page set up as well. Let's have a look at our init B.
Roger, cleared to Manchester from runway 27, initial altitude of 6,000, QNH 1021, direct Plymouth, and squawking 5437.
Speedbird 464, correct.
So populate these boxes now. And if those guys want to take off and get ahead of me, that's fine. That means they have to do the approach briefing before me. 0 fuel weight. Centre of gravity. Trip wind today of T14. And let's see what the fuel planning tells us. It says 6.5. We're taking 7.1. HD, you're right, they are NATs. I remember reading that somewhere very recently. So still supplied by NATs. Just let these populate. Once that's all computed, our fuel prediction, we'll have a little look at that. Alright, so here we can see where the difference is between the operational flight plan is, fuel-wise.
IFR to Manchester.
Now HD, I attempted to change the alternates and it actually didn't
It
work.
looks like you filed with the wrong
So if we
code
go
for rotor, so I've unfortunately got the
0.7 for
flight
our
plan
alternate,
system, if you could just check that.
it actually doesn't allow us to enter that. So that's a shame. Oh, it did! And it's populated the time as well. Ah, fantastic. That didn't work yesterday. Oh, HD, I bet that's not in the flight plan, in the Init A page, is it? Ah! Echo Golf, Charlie November. I need to remember that that's not populated automatically. That is why the alternate was at 0, because there wasn't one planned. However, there it is now. All working and above board. Okay. And just to show you that Init B page again, there you are. Excellent. Okay, so the takeoff performance page. We don't need to worry about toga. It is most certainly a toga takeoff. No flex temp today. Transition altitude here, 6,000. Thrust reduction is fine. Flaps 1 for takeoff. Let's calculate those V speeds then. So 138, 134, and V1, 133. Okay, so
Gibraltar Tower, speedbird 1495. Flight.
just swapping frequencies there while I do a quick departure briefing, so that doesn't get in our way. So departure briefing was pretty straightforward. Runway 27 for departure. After takeoff, immediate left turn, avoiding the rock. Initial climb 6,000 feet unless told otherwise by the controllers in a moment. Minimum safe altitude 2,500 feet. The weather is not an issue for departure. The aircraft is fine. No NOTAMs, but the threats, of course, are the local terrain around us. If we did have an issue, technically we could land back here. However, in what I would personally prefer to do, HD may disagree with me on this, but I would prefer to go to Malaga if we had a problem, just because Gibraltar's bad enough to come in and land at, whereas Malaga's literally just up the road and much better. HD, do you know we do flap 3 for takeoff at Gibraltar? So if we go flap 3 and change these V speeds. Okay, flap 3 toga takeoff. Looking forward to this. HD, unless you're on fire. If I'm on fire, I'm going in the med. Oh, and self-loading cargo appears to have fixed the doors. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and on behalf of EasyJet, let me welcome you on board your flight. We're just doing our final checks here in the flight deck whilst the cabin crew secure the aircraft, and we'll be ready to push back soon. Please get yourself comfortable with your seatbelts securely fastened and give the cabin crew your full attention during the safety briefing. Thank you for flying with us today, and we'll give you an update from the flight deck once we are airborne.
Okay, so while that was just talking, I've just run my before start checklist to the line. And we're now going to contact the tower, see what they've got for us.
Speedbird 1495, roger. You cleared to Manchester. After departure, runway 27, climb to altitude 6,000 feet, and redirect Pimos, squawk 7605.
Just wait for him to call back. Okay.
Runway to Manchester, runway 27 via Plymouth, squawk 7605 for speedbird.
Turn these screens off.
Speedbird 1495, readback correct.
Gibraltar Tower, good morning, Easy34 Alpha Mike, requesting HIFAR clearance as planned to Manchester. We have the current QNH 1021, expecting runway 27 departure, left turn, then direct Plymouth.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, Gibraltar Tower, that's correct. Can you report your POB, please?
Standby, 34 Alpha Mike. And passengers on board today was... Easy34 Alpha Mike, passengers on board 178.
ED34 Alpha Mike, thank you. Cleared to Manchester after departure runway 27. Climb to altitude 6,000 feet, route direct Plymouth, and squawk 2173.
After departure runway 27, left turn, direct Plymouth. Initial climb altitude 6,000 feet, squawk 2173. Easy34 Alpha Mike.
ED34 Alpha Mike, readback correct.
Oh, you're right, HD. I should have added myself, shouldn't I? HD, I will double check the thrust reduction, but I think we're at 1,000 feet for both thrust reduction and acceleration. Okay, so it's the bleed air on. HD, I'll just show you that performance. Thrust reduction 1511, 1511. Actually, we can. You're right, because by default this sets it as 1500, doesn't it? So 1011, 1011. I could have sworn I'd changed that in the settings, unless they don't work. Perhaps that's something to flag up with the fly-by-wire team. There we go. Alright, so let's get our pushback clearance and then we can run the before start checklist. Easy34 Alpha Mike is ready for push and start.
ED34 Alpha Mike, Roger, stand to push and start approved, face to the east.
Push and start approved, facing east. Easy34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so let's call our tug. And rotating beacon light on. Nose wheel steering disconnected. Transponder now to auto. Parking brake is currently on. Thrust levers idle. Before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors
Roger, hold position.
closed. Rotating beacon light is on. Mobile phone off. Parking brake is
And Gibraltar
on.
Tower, Skyways 5556 is ready for push and start when you can slot me in.
Let's go with 5556, Roger.
Okay, so can release the parking brake.
In fact, ED34 Alpha Mike, have you begun your push?
Easy34 Alpha Mike negative. We're waiting for the tug so we can hold if required.
ED34 Alpha Mike, Roger, what are... Actually, sorry, disregard. Let me know if you could push a beam stand 1, and then I'll hopefully be able to push it all out simultaneously.
Roger will push a beam stand 1 and hold there. Easy34 Alpha Mike. Okay.
And Speedbird 464 ready for push and start whenever you're ready.
Speedbird 464, Roger.
Let's start the push. Beacon is on HD. Promise. Got the checklist. Okay, so parking brakes now off, and let's start that reverse. And we can also control the speed of the tug now with the new pushback helper, which is going to be very good here. You can't slap yourself, HD, that's not fair. Okay, engine mode selector to ignition and starting engine 1. So we'll push all the way back, and he wants us to hold basically a beam stand 1. That will give our fellow flyers room to manoeuvre. So a nice slow steady push for this departure. Look, this is the custom fly-by-wire build, my friend.
Should the cabin experience pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this, and pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure you put your own mask on first before helping others. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and
Does look incredible though, doesn't it?
Carry on luggage and items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats and emergency
What I might do one day is, for an event, just get the full model matching working and stream VATSIM ATC whilst all the models are in there. That'd look awesome.
Thank you for your attention and we hope you enjoy the flight.
HD, I'll check that beacon again because is it flashing? It is flashing. It is, yeah.
Would you be
I can
okay
see
to
it.
Push now and ensure that
But
you
obviously
can,
in the sunlight,
maintain
you can't see it too
separation
much.
from the EasyJet A320 behind you.
So I'm going to get him to push us back as far as we dare.
Southwest Speedbird 1495, yes, I can start pushback and maintain separation from the EasyJet.
Speedbird
So
1495,
we'll
stand 3,
hold
push and
that
start approve.
just
Please,
there.
EasyJet
Push
implemented.
back complete. Set parking brakes, then we'll start engine 2. HD yet, definitely on. It is flashing, but admittedly you can't see that very well. Easy 3-4 off Mike has completed pushback and we'll hold here for you.
Roger.
So just waiting for engine 2 to fire up. And I think now, with the new pushback helper as well, we should see the tug disappear back somewhere in a moment. Where is he? Oh, he's not just pushed back, he's actually disappeared. Okay, never mind. I thought we were one crew member down. Where's digital flight deck gone? Engine 2 is now stabilised. So, engine mode selector to norm. APU bleed can come off. Anti-ice can remain off. Wing anti-ice off. APU master is now off. Ground spoilers armed. Rudder trim, I will double check that. 0. Flaps 1. And just check our centre of gravity. It's 29.6. Which, have they updated these yet? 29.6. So we're about there. With the trim wheels, I can see those a little bit clearer. I don't know if they've updated that. What do you think, HD? That look a little bit better?
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Slightly late announcement.
I just let you know we will be holding here for a few moments. It's a little bit busy out here on the taxiway, just a few departures all waiting to go at the same time, but we should be on our way very shortly. Thank you.
Yeah, so if 30 should be at 0, then yeah, that's quite a way off, isn't it? So I'm just waiting here for a moment.
Speedbird 1495, pushback completed.
Speedbird 1495, Roger, taxi holding point Echo, runway 27.
Taxi and hold. 27.
I'm actually going to change that, you know.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, follow the British Airways A320 Neo to holding point Echo, runway 27.
Follow the British Airways to holding point Echo for runway 27, easy 34 Alpha Mike. So, we can't really do very much.
After, there'll be 2 aircraft to pass from left to right behind.
Let's start checklist,
After the
anti-ice
second
off,
one
ecam
passes, that'll
status.
be an EasyJet A320
Will
Neo,
be checked.
standard 5, push and start approved, face east.
Roger, after the
Pitch
passing
trim
Easyjets,
set
we'll push
down
start.
0.2 and with trim
Speedbird
0.
464.
We can have a look now at doing the flight control check as well. Flight controls, full left, full right, neutral. Full up, full down, neutral. Full right, full left on the rudder, neutral. Weather radar, wind shear, cabin crew dinged, auto brake set max, TO config, flaps and the McDo disagree. They really shouldn't. Oh, actually, they may do. Let's do that TO config again. Oh, well done. There we go. Didn't think that was working. Good job it is. HD, you flagged that up before, didn't you? That's why we have a PM. We'll turn the terrain radar on as well, as we will need that. Okay, let's release the parking brake and follow the British Airways. I believe that's 1 flap each. Okay, before takeoff, checklist. To the line, flight controls, checked. Departure briefing, we'll quickly just revisit that. No change into the performance, toga takeoff, QNH still the same. If we have an issue after departure, we'll be looking to go to Malaga, unless it's something really serious for which we need an immediate return. Stop altitude is correct at 6,000 feet. Flap setting config 3. Not used to saying that.
Speedbird 1495 via Echo, line up runway 27, backtrack as required.
Line up runway 27, backtrack as required, Speedbird 1495.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please.
Whilst you're doing that then, FMA takeoff date speeds 124 blue, 129 magenta, climb nav blue, toga for the takeoff, and we can also now just be doing our before takeoff final checks. So we'll check the brake temperatures of the wheels. Brake fans not on, brake temperatures are absolutely fine. And just before we can continue and pop the lights, we'll just go and hold short. I'm looking forward to this takeoff because I don't think I've done a flaps 3 takeoff before. Well, certainly not in this simulator and probably not for a long time. So whilst we're waiting,
Easy 3-4 Alpha Mike, do you require a backdrop?
Easy 3-4 Alpha Mike, yes we will please.
Roger. Speedbird 1495 on turnaround, runway 27, clear for takeoff with a left turn out, surface winds 280 degrees, 11 knots.
So almost a headwind for takeoff as well, so that's good.
Clear for takeoff runway 27, left turn. 1495.
Easy 3-4 Alpha Mike, behind and departing British Airways A320 Neo via Echo, enter backtrack, line up runway 27.
After the departing British Airways, enter runway 27 for backtrack and line up. Easy 3-4 Alpha Mike. Okay, so we'll be following him all the way to Manchester. Carl, use flaps 3 when you've got a very short runway to take off and you need to get airborne as quick as possible. Okay, so we've got an aircraft behind us. We can't spend time sadly watching. I would love to, but we need to move. So with that, let's just get the lights on as well. And we'll need to turn the packs off as well just before we depart. We'll also turn TCAS on.
And Speedbird 464 ready for taxi.
Speedbird 464, roger, taxi on and Echo, runway 27.
Hold Echo for 27. Speedbird 464. And
Speedbird 1495, squawk mode Charlie.
That's a V-pilot issue. If it tells you to squawk mode Charlie, it means it's not kicked in automatically.
Speedbird, squawk Charlie, Speedbird 19495.
Ooh, HD, I think I did that at the same time as you commented on that. I'm going to take that as a win.
And Speedbird 464, will you require a backtrack?
yes, roger that.
So obviously we want to get as much runway length as physically possible for this departure.
Speedbird 1495, no further ATC available. Monty Unicorn 122 decimal 8, have a nice flight, see ya.
Monitor Unicom, have a good day. 1495.
Trying to keep that ground speed at about 5
Easy
knots.
34 Alpha Mike, surface winds 280 degrees, 11 knots, runway 27 with a left turn, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27, easy 34 Alpha Mike. So that turning circle did exactly as I hoped it was going to do. That's really nice to know in the simulator.
Speedbird 464 behind and departing east jet A320.
Okay, so I'm going to hold that there. Make sure once again they were fully ready.
After
Cabin
departing,
is
yeah,
secured for
backtrack
takeoff.
and line up
Engine
for
mode
27.
selector is
Speedbird
on.
464.
TCAS is on. Packs coming off. Anti-ice is off. Let's go. So, spool up. And then toga power. Mantoga, SRS and runway. .100 knots.
100 knots.
V1 and rotate.
Oxygen 0.
34 Alpha Mike, you were not cleared to take off.
Default air traffic control is actually shouting at me as well, as they're using the same frequency as VATSIM. Start that left-hand turn. Let's just lower the nose a little bit now that we're safely away and accelerate to S speed. Flaps 0. Ground spoilers disarmed. Continue to let that climb now while I just turn the packs back on. So that's climbing nicely, holding at 250 knots. While we make this left turn all the way around to go direct PMOS. Once we're headed in that direction, we'll engage the autopilot.
Easy 34 Alpha. I'm like no further ATC available 1T Unicom 122.8. Goodbye.
Monitor Unicom now. Thanks for the service this morning. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Bye bye.
See ya. Speedbird 464, runway 27 with a left turn out, clear for takeoff, surface wind 280 degrees and 11 knots.
So as we now
Clear to
no
take
longer
off,
at any
left hand,
ATC,
speed of
we can increase our altitude on the autopilot, and we can now look to turn autopilot on, which always delivers a little bit of a jolt, unlike the real aircraft. We can now set standard pressure as well. The rock is a fair distance away now. But what a great view. And I love the reflection on the Mediterranean as well. Climbing quite nicely at 3,500 feet. That looks good. Start to bank right in a minute as we go direct to PMOS. Simpilot X, the rock would be a factor if you flew into it, my friend. You don't want the left turn to be too steep. Passing 8,000 feet. So we can now release the cabin crew as well.
Use your electronic devices. Rechargeable battery packs are available for your smartphones and tablets at an additional superkit or super sticker cost. Please ask your cabin crew for more information.
Coming up on 10,000 feet, let's turn off the lights. And we start to accelerate past 250 knots. FSSIM, so the tablet is still in testing at the moment. It will come as soon as it's ready. Still climbing 3,000 feet per minute. Peter, no, it's not giving top of descent at the moment. Not yet. We still have to work that out manually. Okay, let's increase our climb altitude now
464 and a further ATC Unicom 12228.
to flight level 360, which is our cruise altitude for today.
Over to Unicom 122.8, and thanks for all the ATC today for everyone. Cheers.
No worries, thanks for flying, see ya.
Okay, so everything's looking quite good as well out there. Have a look at the weather radar. Nothing's showing, so we can release the passengers as well now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are free to move about the cabin.
Navigator, so how do you enter the giveaway? Chat a little bit about that. Basically, once we get to Manchester, we're going to be giving away a free copy of Macco Simulations Manchester Airport, which is stunning, as you'll see when we arrive there, depending on the weather and if you can actually see it. Once we've landed and disconnected, if the weather's rubbish, I'll clear the weather and you can have a good look around with me. But it's simply stunning. The giveaway will be done when once we've landed, and basically I'll let you know how to enter that once we touch down. Very, very straightforward. Just make sure you're here with us and in the chat room with us, guys. So it'll be interesting to see how the weather changes as we head over the UK today. We're obviously full of cloud, snow and rain. Digital flight deck, we noticed you disappeared. What happened, my friend? Curie PG, oh, thanks for joining us for the takeoff, mate. Hopefully that was fun for you to watch. Something a little bit different. And that's what we like. The whole point of this channel, as I can't remember who it was it Kyle in the chat earlier, said you're quite happy with the knowledge you've got. That is absolutely fine. The beauty of Flight Simulator is you can play with as little or as much in-depth knowledge as you wish. As we did yesterday on the community flight, I had no idea how to fly that aircraft, but it was kind of fun. I feel at home again now. I'm back in the A320. But yeah, I had no idea how to fly that aircraft at all, but we had a blast. But the whole purpose of the A320 flying is I like to try and make it as realistic as possible so that you guys too can do the same if you wish. Dark Fury, you'll let me know how the weather is in front of me. J-Hog, you are as well. Excellent. Oh, digital flight deck, that is exactly what I thought was going to happen to me yesterday when we ground to a halt. Passing 20,000 feet now. Still climbing 3,000, is that 3,000? No, 2,000 feet per minute. Scandi 941, good to see you as well this morning. I had clocked you in the chat, but was a little bit busy setting up. Optimum climb level 390, and that is also our maximum, so we're happy today with flight level 360. We'll take that. What are you testing, digital? Let us know, and let us know what not to do. Oh, SimPilot X, that's annoying. Yeah, mine's right mouse button click and you can just pan the camera around like I'm doing there. Once we get to the cruise, we'll have a look at what the weather is doing in Manchester here in the simulator. Chris Tricky Deacon, good morning. Oh, thanks so much, mate. Hope those tutorials are useful. I have got this new series of tutorials coming, which I'm in the middle of producing. There's only one out at the moment, and that is the cockpit preparation. I also do have one which I should have probably posted before that is ready to go, and that's the pre-flight checks video which I've done, in which I actually discuss a little bit about powering up the aircraft. So HD, I don't know if you've noticed this, what was the voltage on here? 25.4. Isn't that actually a little bit too low? Shouldn't it be shouldn't we have to charge that for 20 minutes or so if it's a bit if it's that low? And then, do you always turn the batteries on first, or do you use external power if it's available? Different airlines, different stops, not really sure. I always would have put the battery on first, but I have also seen other SOPs banding around, although they may not apply to the Neo, so again that might be an influencing factor. Willie, you're not talking about the temperatures, are you? And how in really cold temperatures the QNH can read incorrectly. So it can read lower, the altitude can read lower than you actually are. Oh, sorry, higher than you actually are. So you have to add a couple of feet, add 20 feet to your minimums. Paul, good afternoon, or good evening to you rather. Actually it's still morning here where we are. It's 11:50 Zulu. Passing flight level 260, nice steady climb this morning. At least when it's set to standard, with regards to your pressure, everybody should be getting the same reading. Should. Simpilot X, you haven't even gone to bed yet. What time is it where you are in the world, my friend? So just again, if you are new to the stream and the channel, once we get to cruising altitude, we'll do a couple of checks, then I'll be coming off the microphone and I'll be back with you for the landing and of course the giveaway in Manchester. Simpilot X, 4 AM. Where are you then, my friend? Are you in the USA somewhere? Flight sim, I hope we don't have any FPS problems like we did yesterday. We were absolutely fine on departure, and then, well, for the most of the cruise. And then it just went haywire, didn't it? Never mind. MSFS pilot giveaway shall be done in the chat. I'll explain everything on arrival at Manchester.
Gentlemen, we are about to serve our drink selection, including tea, coffee and cold beverages. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. As this is a paid-for service, please consider tipping your cabin crew with stickers and super chats. Thank you.
Just noticed the thrust lever wasn't quite in the detent there, so we'll just fix that. Flight sim, no, you're right. The sound guy at Fly-by-Wire, Boris I think his name is, or his username is, has done an excellent job of increasing and changing all of the sounds. In fact, there's a new sound pack out as well, which we'll probably try and do a test on, maybe even tonight. I am going to be back on tonight as well, so as promised, we had 4 days off last week with no streams whatsoever, so I'm making up for it this week with streams during the daytime, yesterday, today with the giveaway, tonight as well, last night with the community flight. Tomorrow we've got another daytime stream, and probably another nighttime stream tomorrow, and then we'll be streaming in the evenings, Thursday, Friday, and potentially Saturday and Sunday as well. Maybe even next Monday. We may have 7 days of almost 2 streams a day. So if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button, and of course do like the video. Get the channel higher up in the ranks. I think we've passed 5,500 subscribers, you know. We were only at 5,000 a couple of days ago. It's amazing the community that you guys are building up. Can't thank you enough for that. Dark Fury, as soon as I get to my cruise, I'll have a look at the weathers and pull them in from the McDo. Flight Sim, I certainly will once I've reached cruise level. Once I've reached cruise level, we're normally outside for the cruise. J-Hog, I'm going to get you a divorce. Well, you're not moving in here. There's not enough room for everyone already. 1 6-year-old, 3 2-year-olds, and myself and the wife. We were going to be moving to a bigger house last year, but that all disappeared with COVID. So, MFS pilot, this flight is 2 hours 42 minutes to be exact. Stevie G, always happy to support a fellow Yorkie. Thank you very much. Do you have snow this morning? That is the question. HD and George, oh Christ, how could I forget about George? Right guys, I want to tell you a story. A couple of days ago. So, our house is what we have here in the UK. We call them townhouses, which are basically houses over 3 floors. And usually the bottom floor consists of a large kitchen and hallway, etc. But it also has an internal garage. Well, the internal garage is great. But the house also means you can't get to the back garden without going through the house. So that, yeah, that's great for the kids, great for the dogs. It's all fenced off, and chuck the kids in the garden, they're safe. Can't get in or out. Wonderful. So the internal garage, we converted the back half of it into an office, which is where I'm sat now, which is great as well because you turn the lights out. It's pitch black. Fantastic for flight simming. Anyway, my wife, myself, and our 6-year-old all came into the office for some reason to check something. And the internal garage door to the house has obviously got a normal key lock, but it's also got a bottom safety lock, just like a catch. And whilst we were in here, all the girls were asleep upstairs. It was their nap time, thank goodness. When we decided to leave the office, we discovered we couldn't get out. And it occurred that our dog had decided to try and follow us into the garage, which is where he sleeps actually. And he turned the bolt at the bottom of the door and locked us all in, and we couldn't get out. We ended up having to ring our neighbour to see if he could jump over the fences and open the back doors from the garden. So, yeah, we were locked in by the dog. We were stuck in the office and the garage. That bloody dog. And if that wasn't enough, the following day he had explosive diarrhea all over the kitchen floor. He's 9 years old, bless him, and he's not ill. He's absolutely fine. He bounds around like a puppy, but Lord. Thankfully, our neighbour, he's about 6'7". He's actually a police dog handler, and spends his lives jumping over fences trying to catch people. So he was well up to the challenge of trying to break into our house. Thankfully, none of us needed the toilet at the time. But I think the worst thing would have been as well is if the girls had all been awake. They're only 2 years old. I don't think we could have shouted them and they would have understood. Come downstairs and let Mommy and Daddy out of the garage, please. So that's it. The dog is either coming in the garage with us, or at no point can myself, my wife and Isaac, our child, all be in the garage at the same time for fear of being locked in. Alright, well that's got us through the cruise. So we're now at flight level 360. Let's check these pages. The SD cycle button's still not working. That's fine. Landing elevation auto, minus 2,000 feet. Oh, what's turned on today? External power is on. Battery 1 is off. Generator 1 is also off. Alright, never mind. Hydraulics, that's still not working. There's that fuel page, that's all looking fine. APU is definitely off as confirmed just there. 23 degrees, which is nice cabin temperature. Wheels cooled down nicely. There's our flight control page. Okay, that's good. Now let's have a look at the weather that we've got. Flight Sim, dogs are man's best friends. Yeah, right. That's not how I felt 48 hours ago. I mean, how could a dog lock his family out of the house? Quick weather request. We'll do this then. I'm coming off the microphone. I'll be with you in the chat room, of course, during the cruise. And then I'll be with you for the landing back at Manchester when we do the giveaway. Oh, Flight Simmer, we have a cat as well. And the dog and the cat actually get on really, really well. See, if the cat had locked us in, I would have said he'd done that deliberately. You know what cats are like. Okay, let's have a look. There's our METAR. So, Manchester here is showing wind 040 at 5 knots. Right, so the runway that we're planning to land on may change then. It may be a runway 5 landing. Visibility is good. Overcast 1,000 feet. 3 degrees and dew point's 3, so expect fog and mist. And a low QNH 992. No significant changes predicted. Macco simulations, great to see you on board the flight for the giveaway of your Manchester Airport when we get there. So, estimated time of arrival according to the flight plan now is about 2 o'clock Zulu time in the afternoon, 1400 hours. So that's about 2 hours time. So about 2 hours time we'll be looking to give away a copy of the Macco Simulations Manchester Airport. J-Hog, ignore default ATC. The only problem that you have sometimes is, I know coming in off the Atlantic over America when doing a transatlantic, somewhere there is an airport whose ATIS is 122.8, which is obviously the Unicom frequency for VATSIM. So you're on Unicom, but you've just got an ATIS being pumped into your ear, which is pretty useless. And as we saw on departure there, obviously VATSIM uses the real frequencies, as does Microsoft Flight Simulator. So there we got VATSIM telling us we were cleared to take off, blah blah blah, and the default air traffic control yelling at us because we weren't cleared for takeoff. Paul Newman, good night, sleep well. Maybe you'll see us for the stream in about 8 hours time, as we'll do an evening one this evening as well. Looking forward for that. Flight Sim, you've got a white snowball that is 5 weeks old. Is that what you've called it? Your cat's called Snowball. Are you a fan of The Simpsons? Okay guys, we're going to enjoy the beautiful scenery for this flight. I shall be back on the microphone for our top of descent, approach briefing and landing into Manchester. We're going to keep an eye on the weather as we fly as well, because we may need to make a runway change as well. So I shall see you in the chat room in a few minutes once I've gone to reheat my cup of tea, which is looking rather pale, to be honest. I might throw that away and make a new one. Hope you enjoyed the takeoff, guys, and I will speak to you on the microphone, as I say, in a little bit. I'll be back with you in the chat room shortly. Bye bye for now.
soon as possible. Thank you. exhaust aisles. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. This is a paid-for service, so please consider tipping the cabin crew and the channel using stickers or super chats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, turned off the seatbelt sign so you are free to move about the cabin. However, please note that we do recommend you fasten your seatbelts at all times when you are seated in case of turbulence. Thank you. consider tipping your cabin crew with stickers and super chats. Thank you.
Hey guys, so I'm back with you on the microphone. A little bit earlier than planned, but hey, I like being here. So, let's get the weather from Manchester, see what's happening. We'll do a weather request, we'll grab that. So that's the METAR. In fact, we can also get as well the ATIS. Now, the reason for getting both is because the weather comes from Microsoft Flight Simulator, the ATIS comes from VATSIM. In a perfect world, they should both be exactly the same, but of course it is not quite a perfect world. So once we do that, I'll also talk about our approach into Manchester. We were about to enter UK airspace. Well, we did enter UK airspace actually as we passed Salco, but there is no London controller online for this. So let's see if those messages have come through. So here's our ATIS, runway use 05 left, that's what we've got planned for. Transition level is 7,000 feet. Surface winds variable 3 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, broken 1,300 feet, overcast 1,800 feet. So we're still doing a Cat 1 approach, so that's quite nice. QNH 991. And now let us see if Microsoft Flight Simulator also agrees. I'm going to print this one up. That should come out in a moment. Okay, so now see how this compares. Wind variable at 3, broken 1.3, overcast 1.8, 5 degrees, QNH 991. They match. That is what we like to see, with no significant changes expected, so that's good. Alright, so let's get that into the performance page. I'm also going to just get rid of the chat window. We don't need that now, so you guys can see what's happening in the flight deck. Okay, QNH 991. Temperature is 5. Winds variable at 3 knots. I did see actually they were blowing around 050 anyway, so we'll just pop that in. 050 at 3. Transition altitude 7,000 feet. And what's the MDA? The MDA is 412. That's a neat nugget of information, HD. I'm presuming that's to avoid confusion with our American friends using HG. Okay, so that's all set, and our VAP speed is 129. Okay, so that's all set up and looking good. So we are planning for the Mersey 1 Alpha arrival. Our top of descent will be starting 60 miles from the waypoint Octon to be level at 20,000 feet, flight level 200. Minimum safe altitude as we approach the airfield to the north of the field is 3,500 feet. To the south of the field, which is where we're coming from, is actually a little bit lower, 2,400 feet. Platform altitude, we expect 3,000 feet to capture the ILS, and missed approach altitude is 3,500 feet. So we've got our weather and landing information. Flight management computer is all set. HD, do you know what? I've never actually heard that happen, so fair enough. Landing elevation of Manchester is 212. Auto brake not required. We've just done the arrival briefing. So all is looking okay there. So Manchester approach is online, 118.575. So I'm going to go ahead and tune to them now. Then we can hear what's going off as we get in. So once we land at Manchester, guys, we've got the giveaway to do. I'll tell you how to enter that once we're on the ground. So we're giving away a free copy of the Macco Simulations Manchester Airport once we get there. 18575. We'll get that tuned in.
Delta Tango Sierra 17, currently at holding point Bravo 1 on 05 left.
Delta Tango Sierra 17, Manchester radar, report ready to copy clearance.
So Manchester radar is obviously handling everything today, including the ground movements.
Hello, yeah, good afternoon, yeah, ready to copy.
Delta Tango Sierra 17, no problem. You're cleared to leave the Manchester control zone via the Fellwall Viaduct VRP, standard operating altitudes, VFR of course, QNH 991.
He's going for a VFR flight, is he, in Manchester? He must be staying rather low. Overcast of, what was it, 1,800 feet?
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, can you just repeat the first bit for me, please?
Yep, you're cleared to leave the Manchester control zone via the Fellwall Viaduct VRP, standard operating altitude.
So if we actually just zoom in here and have a look at the navigation computer,
Manchester radar
navigation
via
display,
Fellwall Viaduct VRP at...
you'll see this takes us up to Wallasey.
Sorry, repeat that last bit.
Oh dear. Then
It's
round
1,300 feet.
from Mersey, and then actually brings us in
and squawk
over the Mike Charlie Tango
7351.
VOR, and then the published approach
1,300
to make the teardrop loop.
7351 QNH 901.
We will not be doing that with ATC Online. They'll give
Delta
us
Tango
vectors in.
017, that's correct.
So that's good.
Once you set your squawk and you're ready, runway 05 left, click takeoff with a left-hand turnout, wind variable 3 knots.
What I'm going to do in the RadNav page, just double check those because there's 109.5, that is correct. And we can also put in the Mike Charlie Tango VOR as well. And that just gives us a distance to our airfield, 146 miles away.
Turn left by 5 degrees, so 285.
Turn left 5 degrees 285, Philippine 1849.
Ladies and gentlemen, just from the flight deck here, just to let you know, shortly it's start descending towards our destination. The cabin crew will soon be in preparing the aircraft cabin for our arrival, so if you can help them, make sure the aisles are kept clear of any baggage, etc., so they can make their way around the aircraft, that would be most appreciated. Thank you, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Philippine 1849, 30 track miles, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 991.
Okay, so as HT says, they're going to reduce the track miles considerably compared to what's in the flight management guidance computer. So we need to be aware of that. Either way, we want to be at flight level 200 by Octum. However, there's not that much difference, not that much between the two. There's probably only about, looking at that, about 40 miles between Octum, so we may want to start descending a little earlier than the planned 60 miles, because we may want to be a little lower than flight level 200 given the approach that we've got. So be ready for the slam dunk approach. The thing is, of course, we are technically outside of his controlled airspace at the minute, so he wouldn't want to talk to us even if we attempted that.
Delta Tango Sierra 17, report passing altitude.
But we can use the Mike Charlie Tango VOR, which we're currently 132 miles away, as a good basis to help us with that. So we're actually going to start our time descent down, get on the way down that way. If it tells us to descend lower than 200, flight level 200, we're already on the way down, and we can do it.
Just be aware, MECTAL says ceiling is 1,300 broken, so you should be fine, and it's a radar control service.
So let's see how the open descent handles this. And we'll just reduce our speed as well. We do have a slight tailwind from behind. ATC should be saying hectopascal. Oh, that rule is not for me, thank God. The teabag approach. The Yorkshire teabag approach, if you will. Flight Simmer, no problem at all. You're not sticking around for the giveaway, Flight Simmer? Or do you already have the wonderful Macco Simulations Manchester? I'm looking forward to seeing this as we drop out of the overcast clouds. Not too long then now, guys. Our descent hasn't started yet because it's trying to reduce our airspeed. Let's start getting down, shall we? Flight Sim, you already have it, then you'll know how great it is. But thank you for joining us. John, should you get Flight Sim 2020, is it worth buying or should I wait till they improve things? Well, I'll tell you what, John, watch the rest of this approach and landing, and hopefully it'll help make up your mind. I personally think it's amazing, particularly the visuals, and then the work that the fly-by-wire team do in the A320 makes it one of the makes it much more realistic than the default add-on. LL Gaming, thank you very, very much for your support. And yes, we do have super chats and super stickers as well. We also have the PayPal link as well, so thank you to everybody that donates to the stream and the channel via the PayPal link. If you are in the Discord server, please do make yourself known to me so I can add you to the VIP lounge.
Turn right, heading 010 degrees. Cleared ILS approach, runway 05 left.
HD, I know.
Right, heading 010 cleared for the
We're still getting
ILS,
good frame rates though at the moment.
Philippine
I'm
1849.
quite happy at the moment. We'll see how it handles. Yesterday had to be a fluke though, right? Had to be a fluke. Eastbirds Lee, that is a very good point. Thank you for bringing that to people's attention. You will need, if you win the giveaway, you will need an active account at Macco Simulations, so you'll just head over to the website and sign that up. But I can give you more information via email once the giveaway has been done.
Delta Tango Sierra 17, I don't really mind where you go, but Farewell is about 10 degrees to your right, 10 miles away.
Stevie G, I think it, I don't know if it's in the marketplace. I think it's only from Macco Simulations. Only from Macco Simulations.
Yes.
LL Gaming,
Yeah,
thank you
sorry
very
about
much
that.
again for your very kind donation to
Like
the
I
stream.
said, I don't really mind where you go, but...
Okay, subscribers to the channel will have a slightly increased chance of
I've
winning.
completely forgotten about that.
Make sure you do hit the
to
subscribe button to increase your chances of winning in the giveaway.
So I've just gone and followed my GPS. Sorry about that.
That's alright. I think they're landing on 09. I believe the winds are quite similar to Manny.
Nick, I'm currently showing Mach 0.65.
Philippine 1849.
So we're going to contact approach now, see if they want to talk to us.
Service wind 030 degrees, 3 knots.
Clear to land, runway.
We'll maybe still be too far away, but we'll see what they
left,
tell us in a
Philippine
moment.
1849.
Manchester approach easy 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 300 for flight level 200, expecting the Mersey 1 Alpha arrival.
Easy 34 for Mike, Manchester radar, hello, vectoring for an ILS approach runway 05 left, report indicated airspeed.
Expect vectors for 05 left and indicating 243 knots. He's probably trying to search for us actually,
Approach. This is Speedbird 1495.
as we are still slightly out of his airspace.
Passing flight level 27, descending flight level 20 for ILS 05 left.
Speedbird 1495 Manchester radar, same view, vectoring for an ILS approach runway 05 left, speed 250 knots indicated.
LL Gaming membership will be coming in the future, I guarantee you that. But for now, I'm just very grateful for all the donations and support that the channel gets. It's truly amazing.
Afternoon, 920 on Alpha, holding short, Alpha 1.
Ryanair 220, hello to behind the landing Philippine
So
MS
let's see if we can
21
expect a
via
straight-in
Alpha 1,
approach.
line up runway 05 left behind.
What happened with
When we can get in there.
left behind the landing traffic, Ryanair 220?
Approach Easy 34 Alpha Mike, can we expect a straight in for 05 left?
If you can give me a good rate of descent, AFA.
Roger, we'll continue down to flight level 200 until told otherwise. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so let's get down, guys.
Speedbird 1495, descent flight level 120.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may notice we've begun our descent into our destination. We're not expecting any further
Descent flight
delays
level
or
120, 1495.
So, you can assist
Quicker we get it down, quicker we get the giveaway. But we obviously need to prepare prepared
464 with you, just ascending from flight level 242.
for this straight-in approach, as we are only 85 miles away.
200 for 05 left.
Spirit 464, hello, same for you, vectoring for a 9 hours approach runway 05 left, and speed 250 knots indicated.
Thank you.
So he's not actually giving us any restrictions, so we'll continue that descent. And he wants a good rate of descent, so I'll give him a couple of thousand feet per minute at the moment. Get the speed brakes out. Easy 34 Alpha Mike, we're going to continue descent past flight level 200. Do you have a stop altitude for us?
235 right, yeah, I'll keep channeling you down, descent flight level 140.
140, thank you. Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Speedbird 464, descent flight level 160.
Descended to flight level 160, Speedbird 464.
So there we go, HD. I've just seen your message. We've done that.
Philippine 1849, welcome to Manchester. Contact ground 121.850, get out of it.
Ground 121.850 Philippine.
LL Gaming, that is sometimes an issue with the actual simulator itself.
05 left, clear takeoff, surface wind 030 degrees, 3 knots.
Try using the experimental fly-by-wire version. It is better. Definitely better. So we set the QNH on the standby instruments. We'll set the QNH, obviously, as we start to get past the transition altitude. Engine mode select is normal. Cabin crew preparing the cabin for landing, and our seatbelt signs are on. Yeah, sadly not much we can do with the flight plan there, HD. We're just going to have to sort of semi-ignore that. 72 miles away now, just past 21,000 feet.
Airborne passing 1,000 feet.
Let's hope this open descent works for us, HD.
Ryanair 220 identified.
Obviously, I've just noticed as you said that the engines are spooled up again, which we're used to, so I was going to go for open descent anyway. Sometimes I find it tries to target the altitude before going into open descent. Sorry, target the speed rather than open descent. The experimental A320NX has the custom fly-by-wire, so the way the aircraft feels when it's being controlled, so it's definitely better than the default and the development. LL Gaming, you're controlling in Manchester in 5 minutes. Oh, are you on the tower or where are you going to be? It'd be great to speak to you.
Speedbird 1495, after Monty, fly direct to the ILS 05 left centre fix.
Fly direct Monty for ILS 1495.
So it is getting us down, and we just want to watch how we slow down as well. LL Gaming, you're on ground. We'll be sure to check in with you, hopefully, after a successful landing. Famous last words. So, just about to pass flight level 150.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, descend flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120, easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Speedbird 1495, flight heading 045.
HD, once again, you sound like you're speaking from experience there. Still need to get this thing down a little bit. It's, what are we? We're 50 miles, actually we're 58 miles away, so we're not doing too bad. Approach phase is activated, so we're targeting green dot speed. However, I have not selected manage mode
Speedbird
for the speed just
1495,
yet.
descend flight level 80.
Turn on the landing system now so it's not forgotten.
Descend flight level 80 for Speedbird 1495.
Speedbird 464, descend flight level 120.
Stevie G is HD as our very, very able co-pilot.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, descend flight level 100.
Flight level 100 for easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Speedbird 1495, turn right, heading 055.
Turn right, heading 055 for Speedbird 1495.
Easy 13 Alpha Mike, turn right now, heading 035.
Just checking that's not for us. Control, was that last instruction for easy 34 Alpha Mike?
AFM, sorry, easy 34 Alpha Mike, turn right, heading 035.
Right heading 035 for easy 34 Alpha Mike. So it looks like we're going to almost be able to intercept at this heading from what he's doing. Yeah, that looks fine, but we do need to get down and, crucially, slow down.
Speedbird 1495. There are 5 miles until touchdown. Descend to altitude 3,000 feet. Manchester QNH 90901.
So this is looking good. We're still 50 miles out. We're passing 10,000 feet down in a moment, which is our stop altitude for the time being. Let's prepare for the next part of the descent by getting the landing lights on.
Maintain 3000 for Speedbird 1495.
Now we can
Speedbird
go
34 Alpha
manage
Mike.
mode,
You
target green
have
dot speed.
4 track miles until touchdown. Descend to altitude 4,000 feet. QNH 90901.
Learn code. I will give you details on how to enter once we are on the ground. Very, very simple to enter. You don't have to do anything crazy, so don't worry about it. Everybody who's in the chat will be eligible to enter. Easy 34 Alpha Mike, descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 991 hectopascals.
Speedbird 464, descend flight level 80.
Descending now to flight level 80, Speedbird 464.
Not sure why he gave us a private
Ryanair
message just
220,
there. Maybe we're
contact
a little
London
busy.
Control 127.1. Good afternoon.
Attack London Control 1271, have a good day and you 0.
You do.
It's not a robotic ATC. This is a real life human and doing a great job as well.
Speedbird 1495, turn right, heading 065. cleared ILS approach, runway 05 left.
Turn right heading 065 for ILS, runway 5 left. Approach, speedbird 40.
I wasn't going to forget the hectopascals now, HD. That's going to stick with me. Great stuff.
Cabin crew, if you could just go through the cabin for landing, we should be arriving shortly.
Need to get this aircraft down. It's wanting to.
All stations on frequency, new QNH Manchester 990. New QNH 990.
So QNH just changed by 1. That's, what is that? Is it 30 feet or 20 feet difference? Yeah, fair point. Only when below 100. I can see why they do it though. Confusing things with our American cousins.
Speedbird 464, turn right, heading
Speed brakes back out.
035, descend.
Make sure we don't
level
speed up
70.
too much. We want to pull that back. What are we now? About 36
Turning
miles
right,
away.
heading 035 and descending to flight level 70, speedbird 464.
HD, do you mean inputting all the details? I think we're done with that. MDA is already set. Weather is in. Ah, do you mean updating the... Ah, of course, yes.
Skyways 2282, hello, hold in sequence sound for 1 eventually.
There we go. Wondered what you meant there, HD, but yeah, of course the QNH has changed. Update that. $33 miles to the airfield.
Manchester Rider, good afternoon, Pablo Bafifan. Holding point runway 05 left, ready for departure.
Jeremy plays, I certainly hope so.
341, Manchester radar, hello. Runway 05 left, cleared takeoff, surface wind variable 2 knots.
Runway 05 left,
Easy! Yes, we will be doing a flight tonight.
1495, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, and you can descend on the glide path.
Descend to 3,000 feet, descending on Geisler, for speedbird 1495.
So our platform altitude is 3,000 feet, so we can expect further
Easy
descent.
34 Alpha Mike on that heading. When localizer established 05 left, descend with the glide.
Maintain 4,000 feet until established. Easy 34 Alpha Mike and descend with the glide. Okay, so I expected him to take us down to 3,000 feet, but fair enough.
Speedbird 464, turn right, heading 060 degrees. When established on the localizer 05 left, descend with the glide.
So the ILS is populated. I'm just waiting for the
Turning right, heading 060
just waiting
and we'll descend
for the glide
Speedbird
slope to
464.
come alive as well.
Speedbird 464, you can descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 990.
To altitude 5,000 on a QNH of 990 hectopascals. Speedbird 464.
So we should pick this up nice and early, given that we're 24 miles out. Speed has slowed down nicely as we got down a little bit early to pull that speed back.
Speedbird Easy 34 Alpha Mike, speed 220 knots or less.
Speed 220 knots or less, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Speedbird 464, set for you, speed 220 knots or less.
220 or less, Speedbird 464.
So we've got
Speedbird
lock start.
1495, runway 05 left, clear to land, surface
That's coming in
wind variable
nicely.
2 knots.
Clear to land.
HD, that's not something we want to hear from a pilot.
Perma 341.
If that's the case, I could have done this in real life.
2000 feet.
Perma 341 identified. Climb now. Flight level 190.
So the glide slope is populated as well. That's good.
Manchester radar, speedbird 1407 at holding point Alpha 1 for 05 left.
Speedbird 1407, hello to you. Behind the arriving company A320neo via Alpha 1, line up 05 left behind.
Behind the arriving company A320 Neo 05 left via Alpha 1, line up and way behind. Speedbird at 1407.
Frame rates are holding, guys. This is good. Yeah, fair enough. The iPad screen's a little different in size to the windshield and flight deck of a real A320. Then see the weather radar is by the pilot's right knee, right at the bottom of the pedestal, bottom left-hand corner. Jordan Miller, yeah, VATSIM is free. $16 miles out. We'll go flap swarming in a moment.
Perma 341, my apologies. Climb now, flight level 170.
Approach mode
That's your cruise.
on. Glide slope blue. Glide slope active. MFS pilot. I'm guessing about 5 minutes.
464, descent at altitude 4,000 feet. Turn right by 5 degrees. It should be 065, 070.
Flaps
and your clear
2.
ILS 05 left.
Descending to altitude 4,000 and we'll turn right heading 5 degrees to 065, speedbird 464.
Density, I'll give you a very quick look once I've established this glide slope's been captured correctly. Once that's done, we need to set missed approach. Glide slope green, descending with the glide, missed approach altitude is 3,500 feet. Easy 34 Alpha Mike established 05 left at 12 miles.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike. You're just becoming number 1. Continue approach. Wind variable at 2.
Continue approach, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, 10 miles out very quickly. Weather radar, this little switch down here turns the weather radar on. There you go.
Cabin crew seats for that.
Okay, we'll ding that cabin button up there just to clear the blue off the ECAM. 9 miles out.
Manchester approach, good afternoon. We are holding position for runway 05 left in Alpha Kingfisher 22.
Kingfisher 22, hello, Roger.
Radio altimeter is alive.
Speedbird 1407, 05 left, clear takeoff, surface wind.
Okay, so I'm going to put landing gear down in a minute, but because I'm a single pilot,
Clear for takeoff, speedbird
I'm turning the runway
1407.
turn off lights on now. They will obviously come on with the landing gear.
Perma 341, contact London Control 127.1.
London Control 127.1. Thank you for coming by.
And we have visual contact with the runway. Landing gear down. Auto brake not required. Ground spoilers armed. Flaps 3. Just keep an eye on those winds, they are variable, so they're swinging around. There's a bit of a tailwind there to take into consideration. Flaps
Skyways
full.
2282, you're on frequency. 2282, hello, behind the arriving EasyJet A320neo via Alpha 1, line up runway 05 left behind.
So once we get on the ground, guys, that's when we're going to do the giveaway of this wonderful looking airport.
Speedbird 1407, report your passing altitude.
Landing memo, no blue, landing checklist, cabin secured, auto thrust,
Speedbird
speed,
1407.
go around altitude set, ecam
Speedbird
memo,
1407,
no
identified, climb now, flight level 190.
autopilot
Climb
off,
flight level 190, Speedbird 1407.
Speedbird 464 is now fully established.
Speedbird 464, descend glide path number 2.
Descend glide path number 2, Speedbird 464.
and we're just looking out of the window. That wind has now swung around to a headwind. Approach stable.
Manchester approach, changing to ground on 121.85 for Speedbird 1495.
21495, sorry, yeah, that's correct. 12185, have a great afternoon.
Have a good afternoon.
Continue. Not convinced about those puppies. Reverse is full. 100 knots. $80 knots. Reverse is off.
Skyways to disregard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Manchester. The local time is
So we'll contact LL Gaming in a minute on ground.
temperature is currently a very cold 0 degrees.
Skyways 2282, runway 05 left, they take off, surface wind variable 2
You might
knots.
want to put it on before exiting the aircraft. Please remain seated until the aircraft arrives.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, first left, contact ground 121.850, bye bye.
Entered the airport terminal.
Over to ground 121.85. Thanks for the service. Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
No problem.
Okay, let's just clean her up. Weather radar off. Predictive wind shear off. De-ice can come off. Landing lights can come off. Runway turn off lights. And strobe lights off. APU, we'll get her started. Oh, leave those on. Try that again. APU.
Kingfisher 22 behind the arriving British Airways A320neo via Alpha 1, line up runway 05
And let's contact
left.
ground on
Behind
121.85.
the landing traffic, line up and wait, Kingfisher 22.
121.85. Manchester ground easy 34 Alpha Mike is vacated, runway 05 left.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, taxi stand 9 via Juliet and Fox.
Stand 9 via Juliet and Fox, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Stand 9, which pier is that on? Oh, well, there we go.
1495, continue taxi.
That's negative. I have a Easyjet Neo in front of me for 1495.
Yep, he's just had his clearance for the taxi, so continue taxi Speedbird with 149.
Yeah, that mic
Continue to taxi 1495.
microphone's a little bit quiet, LL Gaming. I don't know if you're still in the chat.
0 Mike. Contact radar now 118575.
Radar 118.575, log 184, Mike. Cheers, Mike.
Okay, guys, this is what I need all of you to do if you want to enter the giveaway for this wonderful airport. Here's what I want you guys to do. So, all I need you to do is type in the aircraft code. Type in the aircraft code in the chat window, which is Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, of course. Type in Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, and you're in with a chance of winning this beautiful looking airport. And I've just realised I've missed the taxiway whilst I was setting that up for you. Manchester ground, apologies. Is it possible to take Papa to the other stand of Pier Bravo?
Who's this calling?
Apologies, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Which stand would you like?
We're happy to take any stand 2 through to 10. Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Yeah, that's fine. Take her right now. Papa, Lima, stand 6.
Many thanks, 34 Alpha Mike. Yeah, so type in Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, you'll be in with a chance of winning this giveaway, and we'll also have a look at the airfield as well. Now we're back on the right taxiway. Smurfy 213, no one is spamming, my friend. This is to enter the giveaway to win a free copy of this beautiful looking airfield. Manchester. To be fair though, it is a good point. You only need to enter it once. If you are a subscriber to the channel as well, the random system does give you a slight increase in the chance of winning. So hit the subscribe button as well. So that's parking stand 12 we've just passed. That is where the A320 Emirates normally parks. The double gates there, as you can see, double jetway. Oh, HD, we're never going to visit there. Not in the orange.
It's with 1495. You've taken the wrong time. Stand 40 with yours.
So we're now going on to stand 8.
And Manchester ground Spirit 464, just vacated 05 to the left.
Okay, Spirit 464. Are you travelling with the other two?
LL Gaming,
I
yeah.
am indeed, so if we could get close to the Easyjet, that'd be great.
Yeah, I was going to put you on stand 9 on the correct terminals, but Speedbird 464. I don't know where the other Speedbird's going. But taxi to stand 10, Juliet Kilo Fox.
Okay.
Taxi Juliet Kilo Fox, and sorry, what's the stand again?
APU is running. Let's get those off.
I don't know where this other Speedbird's going.
So if you haven't typed it in yet for a chance to winning,
This is Speedbird
Turn.
1495, taking wrong turn, trying to follow Navigraph charts for airport.
let me just kill the ATC for a moment. Okay, for anyone that wants to be with a chance of winning this beautiful scenery, if you haven't done already, please type in Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, the airport code, into the chat window. I will do a giveaway in a moment. We'll just have a quick look around. Let's get that rotating beacon light off as well in a minute. There we go, we're dropping below 10%. That can come off. The seatbelt signs can also come off. External power is available. Let's get that on. And I believe no jetway here. Never mind. We'll start letting those passengers out in a moment. Manchester Ground Services. Request the ramp connection.
Manchester Ground Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, could you please send a ramp?
And as if by magic there it is. That appears. Yes, it is. Now.
Manchester Ground Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, could you please send a ramp?
HD, have I just turned that off? Ah, that is because it shouldn't be connected automatically. Surely they don't connect it without you letting them know. There we go, it's back on. Was that someone taking off or doing a go around? That looks rather vicious, doesn't it? like a fighter jet. Okay guys, let's take a quick stroll around this beautiful airport from Macco Simulations, which we're about to give away a free copy of. We'll announce the winner in a moment, and the winner will then need to contact me via email, which you can find on the channel's About page. Beautiful looking airport, and the great thing about this, of course, is it's getting improved all the time. They're making additions to it all the time. So 1 more minute to go to get your entries in. Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, pop that into the chat for me, and the winner shall be chosen at random. I've parked where HD. They need marshallers. They need marshallers. Love this airport. Absolutely love this airport. Oh, have a look at that. We've got a Ryanair. So clearly some VATSIM model matching is working in some instances. There's the Ryanair. Of course, in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, that is a Ryanair Airbus 320. Would never happen. What a beautiful looking airport. Okay guys, are we ready for this giveaway? Alright, let's roll and see what happens. So the winner of a free copy of this Macco Simulations Manchester Airport Echo Golf Charlie Charlie is, let's roll it. The winner is Darren H. Darren H, congratulations. You have won yourself a copy of this beautiful airport, Manchester, just in time for the UK update, which is to be released, I believe it's, is that next week? So Darren, well done. What I need you to do, Darren, is I need you to contact me via email or privately on our Discord server. Either will do. And I can get you sorted with a free copy of this and how to go ahead and download that. So congratulations to Darren for winning that. Thank you to everyone who has watched the stream, everyone who has donated to the stream, either via super chats, super stickers, or of course the PayPal link as well. Darren, pop a note on Discord, that'll be absolutely fine. So we have another stream coming tonight, guys, as well. Sadly not a giveaway stream, but nevertheless, we'll have another flight for you this evening. I don't know if it's going to be a test flight or whether it's just going to be a normal EasyJet flight. Could be a test flight for fly-by-wire. Depends what there is available to test. But thank you very much for joining me on this wonderful flight from Gibraltar. The weather here is not as bad as I imagined it was going to be when we departed. Although actually the snow that we've got the other side of the Pennines is now starting to melt, so clearly it is warming up. And as Macco Simulation says, the free copy, I mentioned this already at the start of the stream, the free copy has been donated by East Birdsley, so a big thumbs up to him. Before you leave, please do hit subscribe for notifications of more streams and more giveaways to come, and give the stream a like as well, just so YouTube thinks we're all fabulous. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I will be back tonight. Normal start time is around 2000 hours Zulu time. But if I'm being completely honest, it depends how long it takes me to fight with the kids and get them in bed. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Well done, Darren. I shall speak to you soon about getting your free copy of Macco Simulations Manchester Airport. Speak to you all very, very soon. Good night and goodbye. Good night, good afternoon, and I will see you tonight.